We're here in Chiricahua National Monument down in southern Arizona.
And the rock formations here are just incredible.
We're going to show you all this and more
on this episode of Roaming with Rosie.
This is one of Arizona's most spectacular, yet lesser-known treasures, Chiricahua National Monument. The Apache called this place Land of Standing Up Rocks, and once you see these incredible stone formations, you'll understand why. Rising from the Chiricahua Mountains in southeastern Arizona is where you'll find this 12,000-acre wonderland. We're traveling this week with friends and fellow RVers Bruce and Tina. This is a second trip to this beautiful monument for all of us. Our first stop is the Visitor Center, where we made a plan for what we could see in 2 days. This center contains a museum with an informative film and a really nice gift shop. This is where the rangers will stamp your National Park passport book or your Junior Ranger booklets. I also signed up for a Park Protectors membership with the Western National Parks. Since 1938, WNP has been a nonprofit partner of the National Park Service. They've provided more than $162 million in aid to parks, serving 72 national park sites across 12 western states. And there's some pretty great perks to membership as well, like discounts at participating park shops, and you can shop online too. Well, I was busy supporting the national park and becoming a member. A really cool thing about Chiricahua is that you don't need to be a serious hiker to witness its magic. The park's 8-mile Scenic Drive takes you through diverse ecosystems and offers really nice viewpoints that showcase the monument's most iconic features. The Organ Pipe Formation viewpoint offers one of the most photographed vistas in the park. These towering columns of volcanic rock stretch skyward like the pipes of a massive cathedral organ. What's remarkable is that these formations were carved by erosion and not built up. The softer rock eroded away, leaving these hard volcanic spires standing as monuments to geological time. That's a total balancing rock way up there. Way up there. Right there. It's like barely there. From the comfort of your car, you can also spot the famous balanced rocks that seem to defy gravity. However, a lot of the pine trees that line the narrow drive have grown tall enough to obscure many of the original mapped out views. Yeah, so this is supposed to be Sea Captain. This blob picture looks like nothing. And then you come up here, and we think it's that Pharaoh Sphinx thing on the end there. That's the Sea Captain. Why it's a Sea Captain, I don't know. There's probably a story behind it. If I can find it, I'll share it. Definitely some cool formations all the way around us. So this is what we're trying to see, is that. So that formation is called China Boy, but the trees have grown so you can't see it. There's not really anywhere to get closer to it. And that's the other side of the China Boy.
Ah, yeah.
It still looks like more like one of the Rock'em Sock'em robots. As we wind up Bonita Canyon Drive, the landscape transforms. We begin in desert grasslands at 5,400 feet and climb through an oak woodlands into juniper and pine forests at nearly 7,000 feet. This dramatic elevation change creates a sky island effect, a biological oasis in the desert that supports an incredible diversity of plant and animal life. I guess when the one started running, that was a message.
Yeah.
That's so
Stick your
cool.
go up a little further if they let you.
There's two more right there.
We were so fortunate to see a family of Coatimundis. Since we kept our distance, here's some photos of what they look like taken by the park staff. Idiots.
Like sails.
Wow, that was so cool.
We saw them.
Yay!
So today we're doing the Echo Canyon Loop Trail here in Chiricahua National Monument. This trail we can go just a half mile down and a half mile back, obviously, to see the Grottos, which is supposed to be really pretty, and you're kind of down in the canyon. If we continued, it's a 3-mile hike, and it takes you past all kinds of rock formations. I don't think we're going to do that today, but getting a parking space here was the first miracle. Yesterday we tried to park here and do this hike, and there was just no spot, so we came a little earlier today and we grabbed the last spot. So there's nobody around here. I don't think we would have waited a long time if we had to get a parking spot.
Yeah.
There's no signage. Yeah, there's kind of a, I think it goes down there. Did you set this in your phone already?
Yeah.
The trail, oh good. So Tina's using All Trails where she can download the trails.
It wants us to go this way.
Okay. So we are following that lead. The Grottos section represents Chiricahua at its most mysterious. Here, narrow canyons wind between towering rock walls and formations, creating cool, shaded corridors that offer relief from the Arizona sun. But first, you gotta get there. It starts at the parking area for the Echo Canyon Trail. Right from the beginning, we passed various balanced rocks and pinnacles, which kept it interesting and motivated us to keep going.
Oh, there's Cochise's head again.
Oh yeah, Cochise's head.
Rock straight out here.
So knowing these are gradually going down, we're going to have to come all the way back up. Look up there.
Yeah.
There are some places where the trail goes right along the edge of the canyon, and as amazing as it's getting, we weren't even at the main part yet. What makes the Grottos particularly special for visitors is their accessibility. Thanks to those young men in the CCC, almost 100 years ago, we were able to walk through the heart of the Grottos, and it's only a mile round trip. As we walked through these stone corridors, we took the time to soak in the beauty of these rock formations. These slot-like passages were carved by millions of years of flash floods channeling through the volcanic rock. As water rushed through these channels, it gradually widened these natural hallways. The result is a maze of interconnected passages where sunlight filters through narrow openings above, creating an almost mystical atmosphere.
I know a place where we can go and be alone. So come away with me, nobody has to know where we gonna go. I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me, to run away with me. Don't tell your friends, but let them know we're safe later on. The road's calling, sun on our skin, sleeping under stars when it's gone.
The cooler temperatures in the grottos also supports different vegetation than the surrounding desert. You might spot Arizona cypress, oak trees, and even the occasional Douglas fir tucked into protective alcoves where moisture collects. So the grottos are still continuing as we go on down the hill here. But this is just so incredible. It's just one boulder leaning on another boulder, leaning on another boulder. And you can see the erosion at the bottom. And some of the erosion looks like a tree bark. Some of it's got bright green lichen, I think it's called, that's on it. It's just everywhere you look, there's something else cool. And another cool thing is the way that the trees cling to these rocks. They find crevices where they can get their roots down in. And from what I understand, they're also the reason the rocks split apart eventually. The trees actually break the rocks. As the grottos start to open up again, you could continue another quarter mile through switchbacks to complete the full loop. But there's loose rock and 200 feet of descent. We had more hikes on our agenda, so we explored more of the grottos instead.
I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me, to run away with me, to run away with me.
So this is the grottos. They kind of keep going for a while. It's hard to decide whether you should keep going. You are going downhill if you do it, but it's just really cool down here, and the wind has blown holes through the rocks and everything else. There's just everywhere you look is a different view, a different perspective. Really cool. So a half mile in on this trail is where you'll find all this. Chiricahua's story isn't just geological, it's deeply human as well. These mountains were the stronghold of the Chiricahua Apache, led by legendary men like Cochise and Geronimo. For decades, the Apache fought fierce battles against both Mexican soldiers and American forces as they resisted being forced onto reservations. The rugged terrain of these mountains provided perfect refuge for Apache warrior, who knew every canyon and hiding place in this rocky maze. The Apache Wars finally ended in 1886, when Geronimo surrendered, marking the close of one of the longest conflicts in American frontier history. The historic Faraway Ranch tells the next chapter, the tale of Swedish immigrants Nils and Emma Lillian Eriksson, who homesteaded here in 1888, just 2 years after Geronimo's surrender. What started as a cattle ranch eventually became a guest ranch that introduced thousands of visitors to this remarkable landscape. The ranch buildings we see here today, nestled in the shade of Bonita Creek, represent a fascinating chapter in Western history. The Erikssons were among the first to recognize the tourism potential of these incredible rock formations. In the early 1900s, they began hosting guests who came to experience the wonders of what was then called Wonderland of Rocks. Emma Lillian Eriksson, known as Lillian, particularly influential in promoting the area's protection. She corresponded with politicians and conservationists, advocating for the designation of Chiricahua as a national monument. Her efforts, combined with those of other local supporters, led to President Calvin Coolidge establishing Chiricahua National Monument in 1924. Walking through the ranch today, you can still feel the presence of these early pioneers. The main house, built in 1888 and expanded over the years, showcases the ingenuity required to create a comfortable home in this remote desert location. The ranch operated until 1979, when the National Park Service acquired the property to preserve this important piece of southwestern history. For those seeking a more challenging adventure, the Sugarloaf Mountain Trail offers the monument's most demanding hike. This 1.9-mile trail climbs 498 feet to reach a fire lookout tower perched atop Sugarloaf Mountain, which is at 7,300-foot elevation. So we are attempting the Sugarloaf Mountain Trail. It goes to the lookout tower up there.
No kidding.
We are starting at about 6,800-foot elevation. The trail's 1.8 miles round trip with a 400-foot gain, so I'm not sure I'm going to make this whole thing. I've been sick for 2 weeks, and I've had very little nutrition and zero exercise, so this is something we're going to attempt. We'll see what happens. So we just learned we're only about 600 feet from the tunnel that was carved by the CCC here, which really was the thing we wanted to get to, so hopefully we can get to that. Is the tunnel? Aha! The tunnel. Excitement awaits. We made it to the tunnel. Here we go. The CCC blasted this tunnel for the trail to Sugarloaf Mountain in 1934. So would we walk about another 5 minutes past the tunnel?
Probably.
To get this view.
What time does the park close?
About 15 minutes.
So we just had the oddest thing happen to us climbing up this mountain. Not a mountain climber, but uphill. Anyway, we are standing here looking at Mexico in the distance, and we're in Arizona. The time in Arizona is 2:15 because there's no daylight savings time. So half our phones were saying 2:15 and the other half were saying 3:15, and then we rounded another corner and they all changed to 2:15. Just kind of a weird thing. At first we thought Mexico was on daylight savings time, which Arizona is not. But we discovered we were experiencing a common border phenomenon at about 50 miles from the Mexican border as the crow flies, and at this elevation with a clear line of sight, our phones were occasionally picking up cell towers from Sonora, Mexico. Interestingly, Sonora keeps the same time as Arizona year-round. Both regions do not observe daylight savings time. However, our phones were briefly connecting to Mexican networks and then switching back to U.S. towers, causing the time display to fluctuate as the devices tried to synchronize with different cellular systems. It's a perfect reminder of just how technology can create unexpected adventures even in the wilderness. This trail begins gently enough, but shortly after the tunnel, it starts climbing steeply through switchbacks. Bruce and I decided to stop there. Jamie and Tina did make it to the top, and Jamie snapped some pics for proof. Before we left, we checked out some more of the CCC work on the short trail to Massai Point, and to reflect on our visit to Chiricahua National Monument. It amazes us how much we still reap the benefits of the CCC's work almost 100 years later, and their efforts prove that some of America's most spectacular landscapes lie off the beaten path. This Sky Island in southeastern Arizona offers something truly rare, a place where dramatic geology, rich history, and incredible biodiversity come together in a landscape that's both accessible and wild. In a world where true wilderness is increasingly rare, places like Chiricahua remind us why preservation matters. This land of standing up rocks continues to stand as a testament to the incredible forces that have shaped our planet, and as an invitation to all of us to slow down, look closely, and marvel at the natural world that surrounds us. Our campsite was in nearby Wilcox, Arizona. We've enjoyed staying at Fort Wilcox RV Park many times. It's clean, friendly, and they accept Passport America, our membership that gets us 50% off at over 1,800 RV parks and campgrounds in North America. In April 2025, we paid just $23 a night for full hookups. We use our Passport America membership all over the country to save 50% off at participating campgrounds. You can use our member referral link for an extra 4 months added to your membership. And when you become a member, you can get paid to refer your friends too. Still have questions? Check out our video all about Passport America.
We really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you found it helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you'd share it with your friends and family on social media. And if you're not yet a subscriber, make sure and hit that subscribe button.
And as always, hit that little bell because that way you'll be notified whenever we upload new content.
And make sure to leave a comment, that way you could be part of the conversation.
Until next time,
We'll see ya.